Is there something that you learned growing up, from what you see in our world, in our business world, in the family world that you're adapting and then making it yours that like it is really important?
Well, the biggest thing recently has been like mercy and grace. I feel like growing up, I was like, why are you so graceful? Why are you so merciful? And then realizing like, oh, that's the bare minimum of what I should be doing. And seeing like what you and dad have been doing to show that warmth and mercy and grace. And realizing, oh, I really want to have that same mindset and the ability to give that out as well.
Good afternoon. It's good afternoon now. We had a session podcast with our firstborn, Alec. Now, today we are so honored and so grateful that he's here today. He has time. He's on his spring break. Our very, very own, our middle child, our second baby, Aaron.
Hi, how's it going? It's Aaron.
Yeah, we call him Borgie. So I nicknamed him Borgie. My brother, Sweet, they called him Borge before growing up. And then now we have another baby called him Borgie. Okay, so babe, let's talk about you. So today you are 20 years old.
Yes, 20 years old.
Turning 21 soon.
Yes, in summer, early summer.
Very soon. So our babies, no one's gonna be, no child is alike, but of course they will have some personalities that they can. Maybe you can pick one or two or three that may be similar, but every child is different. But for the three of you, right? The three of you, you just find ways to get along. And I know growing up you're fighting, and that's normal, right? Do you still fight with Kuyas and Andre?
Not as badly. Just a little bit.
Not as much as before. Why you're not fighting as much anymore?
Just too busy. I'm too busy to fight.
Too busy to fight. You have your own lives. So and I know you have still Andre. You have your brother who's all over you and tease you, right? And I know brothers can be annoying sometimes, and you use that word every now and then for the three of you, but you love each other so much, right? How do you tolerate that? How do you tolerate Andre?
Well, I only see him like 2 days of the week. So, as opposed to the
Might as
usual
well.
7.
Just tolerate him, but you love him.
Yes, I still love Andre and Gallic.
Of course, you love each other, and that's really one great thing about you guys. We're busy. Like I said, you're busy. You have school. Kuya has school. You're both in college, and Andres is busy with volleyball. But when you see each other, you find time to bond. You go out to eat. Shopping is another bonding session for you, especially for Kuya and Andre. But your food is something that glues you together, right? But tell me, okay, let's talk about Aaron now. Growing up, baby, what did you remember the most that's always gives you happy thoughts?
Well, mainly like working with my dad and like spending time with the dogs. That's like happy memories as childhood. What else? And then spending time in the car, like family time. When we're like seeing patients, we're always like the 5 of us usually. We're all there.
You have your gadgets, your toys, and you watch a movie. We eat in between trips, and we bond, right? If given a chance from today, the way you grew up, and the way you see other families out there, was there something you want to change?
Probably eating more like home cooked meals. I think we ate out a little too much.
It's a luxury for us to be eating at home, right? Because we're always out and we don't have any help, right? We have to find ways to cook our own meals because our time is super, super duper busy. But we still find time to really be together, right? Yeah, me too. So I told Daddy when I retire, Dad will start cooking, start learning how to cook and stay home, right? Because we're always traveling. Why nursing?
Well, I feel like healthcare kind of just made sense. I originally was thinking about like OT, like what Dad does, occupational therapist, but then I realized that like there's not as much that you can do as opposed to like something with nursing, and it's a lot shorter of a track compared to like being like a doctor. And I just felt like I could do more being a nurse.
And maybe proceed to physician to be a physician, right? Who knows? Just be open. You never know where it leads you. You keep liking it. And sometimes you don't know what you want to do. And that's really what it is. Sometimes you don't really know what you want to do until you're there, right? And sometimes you finish a course or a career, you think that's who you're going to be, but it's not always true. You just have to go through life and go through things. And then before you know it, you find what you want to do most. Okay, so there are so many things that people don't know about you. And here's an Aaron who has everything, like he steps ahead. You're steps ahead. You think a lot. You try to figure things out. You like to read instructions, right? But on the other side, there's an Aaron who's fun, who likes to create so many things. That's why you and Dad is a good partner because Dad likes to create. He's like God. Dad loves handyman. Anything with woodworks, metalworks, or anything. Dad loves to do that, and you're adopting that. Is it something just too natural that got you to like it, or did Dad truly influence you to come on? Let me train you to do this. How did it even start?
I feel like it's both, I guess, because I did a lot of woodworking with Dad, and so like building something and using it like every day had a much like greater impact compared to like just buying something off the shelf. And so I feel like things that I can make are worth more. Like to me, I feel like compared to something I can just buy, and it's more like one to one. Like no one else has this one thing that I've made or that I've made with someone.
Yeah, because I'm more like a Kuya Alec when I want something, whatever's easier and faster. Come on, let's get it done. Let's buy it, right? You and Dad likes to make it more worthwhile, and you want to make it yourself and put your signature stamp on it. You'd rather do it, for you. There's nothing better than creating it yourself if you can do it, right? So from woodworking, metalworks in between, and then now you're interested with cars. It's like what Daddy does. Dad has a lot of talents, and you're making your own clothes. That's something I did not see coming. You have your own sewing machine. Uh, you're so patient with that. I don't see, like, oh my goodness, I don't have any talent of that whatsoever. How did it start that when did you even realize you want to do that? And does it give you pleasure or is that a hobby? What satisfaction does it give you?
Well, the reason why I started is there's so many different clothes that I like the design of, but they don't fit me. Like they're too big or they're too small or they're just never the right fit. And so I thought, oh, I can get things to fit them like perfectly. Like I'd rather have something be 100% perfect as opposed to like 70% good enough. And I felt like I love wearing something that I've made or having something on me that I have like altered. And like the best pleasure is like getting people are saying, oh, where'd you get that? Where'd you get that? I would like to get when I was like, oh, I've made it. Yeah.
A lot of the things that you have, when people ask, oh, that really looks good, and you keep saying, I made it. I created it. And even growing up, baby, you were been creating things and selling things at the same time. Remember when you were creating artwork or making art stuff, and then you go to the office, before you know it, people are buying your stuff and paying for it, right? Where is the satisfaction coming in? From people liking your stuff and buying it? Or are you just creating it for the sake of just creating it? Where is the happiness really?
I think the biggest happiness is like people wanting something that I've made, and like the act of making it does bring joy as well. But I think but most of it is getting it like people saying, "Oh, I would really like what you have made," It's like, oh, here,
And they're
you can have it.
paying for it, for them to have it. And then the baking and the cooking. How do you even put that together? How do you even find time to do all these things?
There's honestly not enough time to do everything. You just have to pick and choose what you want to do.
And then find and carve time when you need to do it and you want to do it, right? Let's talk about Bible study real quick. Because before, when you're talking about God, we talk about God all the time. We pray, right, as a family. And then now you're in college, and then I know for a while you were also searching, and you don't also believe like it's not that important, that or something that maybe we got used to seeing, but nothing. It didn't really dawn on you. It didn't really connect, and now you're with two Bible study groups. How did it happen, and what made you decide? I need to do this.
Well, before I context, like I didn't really practice. Like I was Christian under like a title, but never practicing or like believing. And it wasn't until like recently, like this last year, where like I met other people and they kept like planting that seed and watering it, and then it's like, oh, like maybe try it out more, and then believing it, and then planting the seed in other people.
And now you have two groups or three, two.
Just two.
That's enough
Yeah.
for now, right? Is there something that you learned growing up, from what you see in our world, in our business world, in the family world, that you're adapting and then making it yours, that like it is really important?
Well, the biggest thing recently has been like mercy and grace. I feel like growing up, I was like, why are you so graceful? Why are you so merciful? And then realizing like, oh, that's the bare minimum of what I should be doing. And seeing like what you and Dad have been doing to show that warmth and mercy and grace. And realizing, oh, I really want to have that same mindset and the ability to give that out as well.
Wow, for your age, babe, you've started early, and God's gonna guide you more, along the way. So, and I know we will all have more surprises along the way that we don't know how God's gonna lead you and where God's gonna lead you. But you've been talking about joining the Air Force, even in high school, and you wanted to do that after, when you graduate. What do you think made you, think about that?
Well, the main reason is because, like, end goal, I want to do home health as well. But you just need a little bit of practice time before then. And I thought maybe working in the Army would be the best time, because I like the idea of having, like, that long-standing report. Because in the hospital, it's just you treat patient and they're gone, and then a new patient. But in the Air Force, it's the same patients over a long period. But recently, I've been really thinking about pediatrics, and I think it's maybe like 50-50, like Air Force pediatrics, and I've been really interested in like oncology, because it's the same patients over a long period, and you got to really build that rapport with them.
So you have to pray for that, babe, and be open and keep studying, and because the whole world is at your disposal. And just pray, and then the good thing is you're kind of finding already what you love to do. Some people doesn't even know, even though they graduate, they also don't know who they want to be, right? If there's something you want to change in your life, in our lives, what would it be?
I'm honestly not sure, because I'm really, really much more focused on like school, and it's gonna get really hectic soon for school. So, but I think like family wise, just maybe going out more, like as a whole family, and like in nature, not necessarily just shopping or eating out.
Camping. You've been wanting us to do camping. So we have to influence Kuya, and get them to camp. So we need to make that as a to-do, right? And do as a family. And do nothing but just camp and then be there. If there's something, as we close, maybe what can you share to the people your age, where they are right now? Whether they don't know what they want to do in their lives, or They're not sure where they're gonna be, right? Or for those people that are also sure who they're gonna be, is there some word of wisdom that you want to share? 2 to 3 word of wisdom.
I think just being open to whatever doors open towards you, because you never know where you're gonna end up, and anything can happen within a day. So I think just keep your mind open and be willing to take as many leaps of faith as God offers.
Wow. Thank you, baby. You're so powerful. Thank you so much for your time. You're super busy. I love you now. Thank you. Okay, thank you, everybody. So sorry I forgot we have to close, but I hope you found some wisdom today. This is my young 20-year-old. They've been working in the office for as long as they were able to work. They've been doing so many chores with us, and they've been trained and they've been given a lot of skills at an early age because we don't have a choice, right? We have to help each other as a family. We have so much work to do. But again, at the end of the day, we make sure that we have that family time, that we hardly miss anything. We may miss some of the events, but we don't want to miss majority of the events with them. So, and that's our lives. And I'm so glad that they're able to adapt, embrace it, and be more merciful and graceful and understanding of us as well and the schedules that we have building these companies, for so many years. So I hope you pick up something, you learn something, and don't forget to grab your book, Bloom on the Battlefield, available at edsensolutions.com. Bloom on the Battlefield. Thank you very much. See you again next week. Bye.